Pretty nice campsite here. They got the canoes, but I think they're all tied down. Locked up maybe. I didn't even check, but it's not that important to me to check. And no oars anyway. Not that I couldn't make one, but it's a nice day. I'm feeling better. And I'm hoping that the improvement excels. I'll catch up with you. Here's my site. This time I got you before I took it down. I'm right behind a big fallen tree, which is great because if another tree falls, it stops it from falling on me. But there's no other dead men in the area, which is good. And I got my bigger Walmart resupply bag for this trip, and my second food bag, and my trash bag, and my rehydrate bag, and my stove, and there's all my stuff, right? My Kekwa, my Durston X-Mid at the lake in the 100-mile wilderness. All right, I'll catch up. Little leech. Pretty big leech, actually. Big as my finger. Okay, that was West Chairback Pond. And I don't have enough miles in the wilderness. I will have to ration my food before my resupply. But I am feeling better today, so there's that. Back, first water source, gonna check. Obviously besides the pond, but this is all from the pond anyway. Coming off the pond into the rocky gorge. Cool. Where's that blaze? There's one there. Am I going down? Oh, there we go. All right. Rocks and roots today. Rocks and roots. But the nice thing about hiking through this is the pine and moss base when it's there in between the rocks and roots, or when you get a flat section. To camp on even is better because it's nice and soft. Here's another site right here, right below a rock cliff. I could have stayed here and not went to the lake at all. Saved myself 0.4, but it was fine. At least I got to throw the pole in, even though I didn't catch anything. It was fun. All right, I'll catch up. Two-handed operation here. Okay, not the best view, a little blocked, but beautiful. All right, I made it to the top of Chairback Mountain number 1. I already passed by 4, 3, and 2, I'm guessing, and here is the view up on number 1. I'll give you a nice pano. This is the Clifty Rocky Wilderness. They call it the bogs, I think. Maybe not up here, but pretty cool. So that right up there at that top of the hill is the view you just saw, looking out over the pond, which is to the right in camera, which would be south, the pond that you just looked at a couple minutes ago. But that cliff right there is where I just had my snack, up on top. And I was hearing the Sobo section hikers all the way from this ridge all the way up there, and I heard them and saw them down here. But I think they're climbing up the staircase right now, so they probably can't see me or hear me anyway. But very cool. I mean, you're just walking the mountaintops. Fun, fun, fun. This is the kind of bouldering we got to do today. It's ridge walking, so it's marked, and you're basically walking along a rock ridgeline. And it follows the ridgeline. You can see a hiker coming through right there. You follow the ridgeline all the way up and around, and that's where I came from. All right, I'll catch up. I spy with my little eye some blueberries. They seem to only be ripe. Oh yeah, down where there's enough moisture. Most of the blueberries I've come across up in Maine so far are up at elevation, but they don't seem to get enough moisture. So they were a little harder skinned. And but this guy is in this little rock crook, and he's underneath a cedar tree or some kind of pine. I don't know exactly which one it is. But it's got some ripe ones, and they're thin-skinned and ready to eat. So yeah, Nice. Little treat. And you can find them all in the crooks and crannies up here on the ridgeline where they hold water. Other than that, the ones on the leading up to the ridgeline and the ones on a downhill, they don't really have any berries that are ripe yet. So, oh, maybe I'm wrong. Because here's one right here. Anyway, blueberries today. Okay, it's 1 o'clock and I didn't really make more than 5 miles, but I have a delay on my food drop. So because I've got this absolutely much more difficult path going up and down the hills to the top of White Top, I've got a food drop coming, but that doesn't mean that I won't run out of food. So I won't, because I carry enough, and with that virus, I kind of didn't eat so much enough probably that one day. Anyhow, I'm at East Chairback Pond intersection, and I'm going to go down there, throw a pole in, because I hear it's beautiful. I'll see what happens. I'm not going to spend much time there. Take a quick break, probably eat lunch, and then get out of there. All right, I'll show you what it looks like. Something about these mushrooms, I can't get enough. Okay, glad I'm stopped. I'll show you. I'll throw a pole in, see what happens. This little guy, he's all coiled up. He's like, I'm gonna mess with you if you come close to me. I don't know what he is, but he's a little guy. See him? Little coiled up guy in the branches. I don't know if you can see him. I can't see him. Have a good day, Mr. Snake, little guy. For a little while now, I've been walking right next to this beautiful stream. A brook, they call it, probably because it's lake runoff, I would imagine. Beautiful. Cool. Think I'm gonna have to cross this in a minute. I wonder if this is where I'm supposed to cross. Nope, don't think so. All right, my L Run shoes, tying these to the back of the pack, and I'm about to do what those guys are doing, except I think I'll have an easier time. We'll see. Watch me fall flat on my face in the middle of the water. Anyway, here comes a Ford, yeah. Grand Canyon to Maine, no camping for 4 more miles. Not going that way. Oh, maybe I am. Yeah, those are the Golf Haggis trails, which I would have loved to look at, but it's a half a day I can't afford to do. Maybe I would recommend coming back here for a day hike or so. So App Trail goes back down that way, 1.2 and 9.2 to Katahdin Ironworks. But I'm not going that way. I'm going north. Okay, so it seems like some goshawks, northern goshawks, are protecting this trail. So if I hear them screaming at me, I need to block myself from getting swooped on with claws at the head. We'll see. I heard there wasn't any. Last time I checked the far out comments, there has been no reports of recent late. So we'll see. So it looks like I'm out of Golf Haggis. That Golf Haggis cutoff trail is gonna be the one with the views, not the App Trail. I didn't see a single waterfall, but I can hear them. I can hear them, unless that's the wind. Super pretty brook. Shelter's next to it. I might know why the falcon's not been flying around. He's either pulling molten feathers, he was either molting, or somebody molted the peregrine falcon. Can't see any remnants of body parts, so I think it's just a falcon cleaning itself. I don't know. Or maybe there was a rough and tumble with something that it was trying to eat. Not sure, but it's kind of weird seeing all those feathers on the ground. Yeah, there's kind of chunks of pieces of bird here. So I got a feeling that maybe it was one of the young falcons or whatever bird. You tell me. I think it's a peregrine or one of those gross hawks. Like it was on the sign, it looked like. So, sorry, birdie. Looks like you ain't gonna make it. Or, don't know what happened. Maybe a weasel got him. All right, here's the site for tonight. Birch trees. This one's a dead man, but I pushed it. It doesn't look like it's going to fall, and if it does, that tree will keep it out of the way. And just came by the creek and the water source. It was all full of people. There's a beautiful sundown happening. as you can see through the pine trees, or through the trees in general. And this is everybody's bear hang spot, I guess. Huh, so maybe I'm in the wrong place, I don't know. No, I think I'll be fine. It's a nice site. Okay, for all you budget minders out there who want to get away with 75 cents for a food bag, I think you could do it if your stuff is in Ziploc so it won't get wet if it rains. Check it out. Here, this is a good idea. See? You can hang your Walmart bag. I started out with my food bag being a little small for the 100 mile, so it works. All my stuff's inside in plastic, so even if it rains, I think I'll be cool. So 75 cents at Walmart, peeps. There you go.